Hi, Professor. How are you doing? Um, I'm gonna try my best to address the Han and stuff readings. I'm not sure what exactly that entails, but I'm guessing you just want me to talk about them a little bit. Um, the first one on how to build relationships with a country that doesn't do small talk is I like the advice they give. They basically just say to play the long game with a culture such as like Germany versus the United States. You know, in the United States, when usually people are working together, uh, usually people when they're working together, they talk, build relationships, find common ground. In Germany, not so much. So maybe it's a good idea to start out small and to just, say, hey, how are you? And just keep it there. Maybe ask, something a little more, I don't want to say personal, but a little more in depth, maybe each week or something. Just kind of start out small, and then the other reading, which was um, having a difficult conversation from with someone from a different culture. Um, it it's definitely it takes some skill there, especially the one where the U.S. versus Mexico comparison, where people in Mexico will try to work more on relationship building, and they can actually find it rude that you are so serious about everything, and versus the U.S., which uses a more direct approach. Um, with that, it's definitely and also direct versus indirect communication. Like with the United States and Germany and kind of Europe, they use more of a direct communication versus Japan, which uses indirect communication. We also have low, high context, um, and informality versus formality, which is, something in Australia where they're kind of more laid back. They're not so serious about the task, or they are, but they're not. They're just kind of more, like I said, laid back, I guess. Versus another country like they use an example Poland. Um, they are definitely more serious. They want to get to the task right at hand. They want you to be professional, I guess you could say, is how they would describe it. I thought that was kind of interesting. I definitely think it's you know, for that example, the informal, um, definitely I would say go in with a more serious approach, and then, um, because even though you're going to be serious about a task, every those cultures still can have a little informality to not be so rigid, I guess you could say. And also just try to find common ground, like the article says. And then the last one is learning to communicate with different language or something like that, or different communication style. What they recommended is basically just more clarification. Um, like the indirect versus direct style communication, where they use the example Mark, and he was more of a direct, and the Japanese commented that yes, we are eager to get that done, but apparently that means something else. So they were definitely more. Mark was definitely confused on that one. I think the ways to avoid that is just to ask clarification on if that'll work, if this is what you're looking for, or how else can we improve, the situation. Just simple questions like that, I think, can help with a lot of confusion between different types of communication styles. I hope this is what you're looking for on the readings. I'm not sure how much else I can address them. Now on to the PDP. My overall goal was obviously to get more exploration. I did try a new food. I tried some Korean food. Um, I'm not sure what it was, but I've never tried Korean food in my life, and I have to say, it was pretty good. I had some Korean barbecue, and I definitely think I would go back. I also read some articles about some welfare programs in other countries, and their kind of social and political aspects of their uh, countries and how it compares to the United States. I also watched an Israeli movie that was interesting about. It's called The Lemon Tree, and it was a real story. That was about an hour and a half. I would say the articles were probably 20 minutes, and yeah, so lots to do. I also talked with Ryu. We compared kind of the dating culture in the United States and marriage. And also Audrey too. I talked to her. Um, we compared the dating culture in the United States versus Japan and other things like that. It definitely was helpful, and it brought me some insight into different what they value there versus what we value here, and it was interesting. My next goal for next week is to hopefully just continue on my exploration. Um, I think I will keep exploring the Middle East. I'm gonna try to get a new food and hopefully try it. I'm not sure, but hopefully, yeah. Anyway, thank you.